Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 19. I'm Andy and this is a Let's Play on Bioreal Farm. We are setting up harvesting. I'm gonna go and grab our header trailer out of the storage here. It's nice, it's been kept indoors all winter. I don't know if you farmers do that usually, probably not. I don't use my car a lot. Oh, nice long New Holland trailer. Not trailer, header. Okay, so we'll go down to our first farm area. It's nice to have another tractor, so I can pull this header trailer around. Beacons on. So you should put it around here. You don't. That would probably leave the that's probably more realistic. Okay. I don't think we can start threshing already because I think it's too wet actually. But we can start with other stuff. Sorry about last episode where I kept forgetting to switch back to the actual game. So we got barley. This is the last harvest before we actually go completely. Just let that warm up. Before we actually go completely ecological. So that's pretty awesome. Start that up. Everything needs to run warm a little bit. Okay. So I'm thinking it's probably too wet to thresh already, but we don't have a huge amount of fields to do, so it won't take us too long to do these. A couple of hours actually, just so it's pretty okay. We don't get much traffic on this road. Actually, I should probably I got stuck with a shovel. So maybe in real life I would probably back into something or to store something. X, not X, not X2. Reset. Grab this and drive it off. Actually, we can back this into our field, potato field. Because we don't have anything there. good. I don't think we will be able to thresh first here because we need to unload this. It's too wet still. We also need to hook these things up. Oh, it's too wet. Just fast forward a bit. Usually like 10 or 12 maybe. Depends on how warm it is, I think. Good thresh. Hey, okay, dude. That was kind of early. I want to see if it makes a bale or not. No, it just spreads it, so we'll see. Oh, here we go. Now we have a string which we can later bale. We don't need a bales for anything, but we can sell them. And this time we could actually maybe use our little turn off the differential a little bit, and then I got up there. That's one of the things I don't know anything about when it comes to vehicles, how the differential works and why you use it and when you use it. Ah, stop. Here we go. Okay, so it's harvesting time. So barley is not... we won't make much money from it. That's for sure. And this is still not an ecological barley I've grown, because it's the last season before I can actually call it ecological. But so I can't use it for chicken feed either. But next year we can start growing stuff. We'll grow a couple of fields of, I think, wheat, and we'll feed that to our chickens. And then we'll grow, I don't know if it's cheaper to grow barley. Should be cheaper because it doesn't seem like it yields as much. But I don't know. Anyway, so I'll grow a couple of fields of wheat or barley, we'll see what, and I'll grow a fair amount of canola, which will be our main income. Well, actually the chickens will be our main income probably, but canola, the ecologically grown canola will be a good other income, and we'll get a ton of money for that because it's worth so much more. We'll also harvest the potatoes this fall, and we'll get some money from that, of course. I don't know why it's harvested in fall. I don't think potatoes are harvested in fall here. A lot of potatoes are harvested during, well, I guess some different kinds of potatoes, but we eat a lot of potatoes that are harvested in spring or early summer. Early summer, I guess. They're grown down in the south part of Sweden, so. I find these deer standing around really weird. There are just too many yet. Well, not too many compared to real life, I guess, but deer don't stand around when you come hauling with a combine, thinking. So it's actually, I mean, it's quite a big header on this thing. It's actually a very good header. Thinking you could probably get even a bigger header if you wanted to. I don't know if on this one, but could probably go and buy an enormously big header for something. So I don't know if I'm gonna look at the price for barley, and I'll see if I'll go sell it now, or if it's better to keep it around. I could put it in the... We have one empty storage bin which we could put it in, and then we could go sell it later, but I'm not sure it's actually, the price will be much better later. Oh, come on. You can do it. I usually want to put off the... I haven't been that big of a fan of... Well, sometimes I say I don't like harvesting or combining, but then again, sometimes I have to go like, oh, this is really relaxing. I don't know how fast it would go. This seems more realistic. I changed the field of view somewhat. Maybe that was stupid. Maybe I need... It seems a bit too wide. I should probably reduce it somewhat. I usually keep it at 60, and now I upped it up to 70, but I think that's a bit too wide actually. I think I'm gonna bump it down to 65 at least. And try that out a little bit. Field of view is interesting. It's different in different games, and if you set it up wide, you see a lot of things which mimics the wideness of our actual perception, but then again, doesn't make the perspective isn't realistic, so that's an issue. So I'm going to plant cover crops, which I'll do on all of my fields actually. So let's see, 8 degrees, I still can get away with that. Need to hurry up on though I'm doing that, so probably have done that on the other fields over there. Potato fields I should... Oh, we're getting there. I think I just turned off the differential. Because then you get the same power on all wheels. That's probably not correct. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Is what I'm trying to say. Just leave that off. Getting close to 100% full. Bringing out the pipe. I think it holds 10.5, so there's a little bit left. There. Pipe is out. We need to go switch to our other tractor, which has turned itself off. I like the setup. I actually, if I tore this barn down and built some other storage, I could build another set of one more chicken coop if I wanted to in the future. We'll see. Maybe. We need to repay some of our debt though first. Turn beacons on. I don't know why, but we now have beacons. Go over to our combine. combine, which is over here somewhere. I can see it. In real life, if there were a few other people doing this, we would be sort of... How do I get in here? I think I could get in here. Next to this power thing. Oh, maybe. So let's fill this up. Turn it off and we go into the combine. So if I had a ton of fields and a lot to do, I would like to do that on the run, but then I would need someone else doing it. Maybe hard worker playing the combine and me doing the running up and down with the green cart, the green trailer. But I don't have that, and these fields aren't really suitable for using hard worker. I should probably get a trying course. What's the word? I lost the name of the mod. Course. Oh, damn it! What's the word of it? I haven't used it in quite some time. That's why I forgot about it. Anyway, I tried it on this map and I couldn't get it to work. There was some flickering going on. I couldn't explain it. I thought it was a map. It might have been with the game not being updated. So I should try that again and see if it works. Hide worker does work, but it doesn't drive in a very good way. From my point of view. Well, this is what we're gonna do for the next few hours in the game. Harvesting barley. And then we're gonna plant some oilseed radish. And on the potato fields we won't be able to plant those though, because they're not ready for harvest, and they won't be ready to harvest before everything is too cold to plant oilseed radish. But on these fields and on the potatoes fields from last year we'll be able to plant some stuff, or oilseed radish, so that's a good way of getting one level of fertilizing. Actually, we want to fertilize it. Or we want to fertilize it first, I think. So now we have sort of headland gone around the field once, so if we need to unload in the field, that's not an issue. We could just drive the tractor in there. And that's probably what will happen. Okay, let's see. I wonder how many minutes people actually watch. You can get the statistics of how many minutes people watch of each video. It's not long. Most people watch like a minute, so most people never get to this part. But what I've learned so far from this experiment. That's probably no one watches currently. Is that if I were to buy a real farm, I would invest in a bigger tractor from the beginning, because now I switched it a bunch of times, and probably would invest in something newer, less hours, and bigger, more powerful. Lesson 1. Second thing, I would look at have a better financial plan of what I would do, how much things would cost, what sort of things I would need to buy, how I would buy it, what sort of amount of time it would take to deplete in value. My financial plan would be much more thorough beforehand than I did in here. What else? I would probably not spend I would spend less money on cheap stuff. Some stuff it doesn't matter, like augers and things. I don't think I would spend a fortune on those things. I'm not sure a silo would be. I think I did that thing right. I didn't buy a silo the first thing I did, even though because it takes so many years to repay itself. Pretty sure I would shoot my crop more thoroughly. I'm actually thinking I would probably go into ecological grown potatoes first and get equipment for that. It would be either way. Either I would go into chickens because that seems to be an okay way of making a living, but then you need some sort of, you would look at a farm that probably had some sort of chicken facilities already. That would probably bring up the price quite a lot for buying it. Or you would probably, I don't know, it would probably make a clearer stand on what I wanted to do. That's the part of the business plan. I would probably not focus so much on, because here in the game we've been trying different stuff, different crops and different way of making income. Beehives is interesting. We need bees, but I don't think I would spend the time. The profit on the, I mean, it depends on how I calculate it. We need bees for this to grow. So in that way, it's a very good profit thing. But taking care of bees does take probably quite a lot of time, and I'm not sure I would like to spend that amount of time compared to what the actual income from the beehives are. That's just little. I would do much more research on what sort of subsidies you would get. I would, as I did in here, I would keep my regular job the first couple of years, or at least the first year, maybe a couple of years, and do this more as a part-time. Maybe not use as many fields, even though I could own fields. I could probably lease them to a farmer, but I wouldn't spend. I would probably keep my regular job for at least a year, which I did in here in the game, so it's the same. What else would I do? Oof. I have some sort of buffer, like financial or economical buffer, which I haven't had here really. Been always lying on the edge of what I managed to survive. Probably make sure our family had a good financial base first. I actually took that from this YouTuber called 5 Acres Farm. Kind of interesting. He owns a small farm and he talks about it going into it financially and that sort of stuff. So what they did was that, if I remember correctly, they took the financial, they had savings, so and they put the savings into the farm, and the first year they basically took all the expenditure from the savings, but all the income they put right back into the farm. So which meant that they had like two financial systems, one for the farm and one for the household. So the farm went plus pretty fast, and so then they had money to keep. So they pretty fast during the first couple of years they went over from using their own economy or their own savings to run the farm to the farm running itself, basically financially. So that's a pretty interesting way of doing it, and it seemed to work. And I think that's the key part. Here I sort of mixed a little bit, so mixed it up, and I don't think that was very good. I should have probably separated them so I had a household budget for myself, and that wasn't very clear. It hasn't been very clear. At least not to me, in my head. See, almost up to 10,000. So we need to unload this again. Pipe out. So I don't think we get a ton more of these fields than we get off the wheat field, but this crop is worth a lot less. So that's the only issue. I probably wouldn't. I don't know if they did cost that much less to plant, though. I don't think they did. I need to do something about this hill. I could actually go and empty this without having to move the tractor. Pipe is out. I'll go over here. It's for me not keeping an eye out. So I'm gonna stop there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Andy. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, leave a comment, share, and have a great day, everyone. Take care of everyone. See you soon. Bye bye.